Maybe it's actually afternoon, isn't it? I knew that. Bloody knew that. Okay. Let's get into it. There we go. Ready to roll. Let's get into it. I hope everybody's good. Hope everybody's good. 1 minute. This is our holder here. I'm just going to change the angle here. Going to change the angle, so I'm just going to quickly adjust this here. So sorry, just a second. We'll freaking 8. I'll just enlarge this loop here. How is everybody today? Hope everybody's good. See if we can get a better Yola everybody. Please check out my channel, check out the videos. See what that's like for a bit. We'll just check this view out, and if it's crap, I'll move it. I'll remove it back to another view. that for you? Is it better or worse? It's gum. It's gum firewood, or eucalyptus you may call it. Is that a better view or no? What do you guys or girls think? Anyone? Quickly. We'll go back to the original view. Anyone want to comment on whether it's a better view closer up like that? I don't know. Thank you for some kind of comment. I appreciate it. All right, we'll carry on. We'll try it at this one. Alright, we'll just try this. Let me know what you think. I'll come back in a minute or two. opinion on the view. I can't read the things here. Sen Leroy. Hey everyone. Anyone like the view being zoomed in a bit, or just don't care, or I just want to see if I can make it better for you. I think that's a better view there. So, if you get little bits of wood in, you get little bits of wood come around on the ship and slip down in by the rollers here, and it puts the track on offline, and sometimes it can really eat this and walk it right over, so it's just grinding in here. It'll either cut out or it won't, and it'll just keep going. But it's little bits of wood like this. See, there's there. Not so. Normally it's a bit bigger piece than that, but it's actually a bit bigger than you realise. It's enough to sort of just make it jump here. So we'll just roll that around a bit and just see if there's any more there. See, there's a bit more there. It should be alright. And then it's come off balance there. So it's right up, actually quite high up here. Why that is, I'm not too sure. So we'll just roll it round. Should be alright. We'll see. Let's start the girl up. Give it full ball here. Light pull. Choke on. She's cranking. Turn it down. So that's perfect there. Perfectly in line. So who liked the view before? Zoom is good. Yola, Mr. Bartle. So we're going to try and get through this. Who likes it zoomed in on the axe here a bit better? Or who wants to see a bigger picture? Anybody else? I'm picking that's what Mr. Bartle reckons. Later on today, after I get through doing this firewood here, I'm going to be taking my motocross bike Z for a ride. I'm going to try and live stream a little bit of it, or as much as I can of it. So check that out. It'll be later this afternoon, in about 2 hours or so, maybe 3 hours from now. So subscribe, like, share if you want to catch that. I don't know how exciting it'll be. It depends how rainy it is. We're here in New Zealand, and it's the weather's been pretty shocking. So I'll just see if I can zoom it in a bit. It's so hard to bloody get it right here. So we got it zoomed in like that. Let's just try that for a bit. Let me know what you think. I'm going to have another come over here and try and check the view and ask you what you think. So the side's just fallen off. I need to re-weld it there. Broke the other day, I haven't fixed it, so that's going to just be a bit of a nuisance, but we'll figure it out. Is anybody wanting the view to change, or is everybody happy with that? I can zoom it out. So it's like that. I can zoom it in. Anybody, it does make it easy, Mr. Bartle. We'll go back to this for a bit, or has anybody got a preference? So we'll just fold this part off. So I've only got half now. Oh, it's come off the weld here. Needs welding again, and then I'll re-weld it here. No issue there. Does anybody want to zoom out? Okay, we'll try that. We'll see what you think. Hold up. Hold it. Hold up. You want to zoom right in? So it's right in there like that. Or you want to zoom right out? Like that. So let's try that. I'll come back in and I'll ask you again if you would like it. Or just leave it as it is. I'm just going to try and put this bar back up. It's just a little bit of a and there is a sort of a guide there, just so at least falls on something and slides into the thing there. We'll just try this. If you put a comment up, I'll check it soon and see if you want me to zoom it in a bit. front to the piece of wood there coming out, and I grabbed it like this because it was coming through the knife, and this was a lot wider, so it was a lot wider here, and I grabbed it in there as it was coming out, thinking that it would separate this part, this top part would lift off and I'd throw it on the conveyor, but it didn't. And I had my fingers in there. When it went through enough, it jammed, it closed up. Generally, when it's cut that much on a piece this size, this will open right up and it'll just come straight off the top, and I'll throw it in just about 98% of the time. Just now, 2% of that time, it didn't. And see, like that, it's ready to go. And I was very lucky. I'm pretty experienced with it, eh? So I knew that this was like I thought it was gonna come off. Obviously, if my fingers had got jammed in there, I could have opened that. But it was pretty close because I had my fingers in. I had my fingers in about in here about that much. So if I pull that out, there was about pretty much a segment of my finger in there. If that wasn't split so well and wasn't ready and it closed up and I couldn't open it like that, it would jam my fingers, and I mean jam them. I've done it before. And it's not just the knife you have to be careful of, it's the pieces of wood and the cracks where you put your fingers, because if you put your fingers in a crack like that and it closes up, you'll have it jammed on your fingers and you won't be able to get it off, and it can be pretty bad. Alright, so we'll just have it zoomed out for now. Zoom it out, leave it zoomed out, Louise. See what you think? See what you think? go. Is it good like that? Let me know. So I just ran out of gas here, obviously. Just take these bloody semi-gloves off. I tell you what, here in New Zealand yesterday, the weather was quite cold, man. I got up yesterday, tool shed earmuffs here, class 5 earmuffs, Bluetooth as well, 5-year warranty, excellent earmuffs. But yeah, I woke up and I had cold feet when I started cruising around the house, and I was in a singlet, most probably in my knickers. That's all right. And then I decided, you know what, it's cold enough, I'm lighting the fire. I had the fire going all day yesterday. It's January the 22nd, which is summer here in New Zealand, and I had the fire going, and it wasn't super, like, it was cozy as, like, it was just right. I didn't have the fire cranking. I did have it going though. And it was pretty good, man. I had a visitor come over, and he said he was thinking about lighting his fire, and had the heat pump on at work and all sorts of things. So it was pretty bloody cold, to be honest, here in Hamilton anyway. I'm pretty sure if you were getting up and getting into something, getting into some action, or getting into moving and that, it wouldn't have been cold, but I don't know, it was cold enough for me to have the fire on. I've never had the fire on midsummer ever, and you know, it was, I had to turn it down a couple of times, just turn it down because it was too hot, and then there was a couple of times where I had to turn it back up because it was getting too cold, you know. Anyway, I'm going to carry on splitting here. I'm going to leave the video running. Does anyone want it zoomed in or zoomed out? Can't really see much anyway, eh? We'll leave it out. After this, we're going to take my motocross bike Z, my YZ250, for a ride. I'm going to have to, of course, well, it depends on the weather because it's just started raining again. But I'm hoping to take it for a blast, which I'm going to go live for. So if you haven't, please like and subscribe. Check out my videos. We got a video coming out in the next day or two to do, well, actually there's going to be a video on the drones that I'm selling. Okay, so there's some drones that are going to be available possibly on my page. They may be available through the shop on my page. I'm not so sure about that, but I'm going to have a video coming out on the drone that I use for fishing and how you can get one. I'm going to have a video coming out on Starlink Mini, and some of the pros and cons for that, and how good it is, and the situations where I've been using it in extreme situations. I'm going to be having a video come out, part 2 of the corner camp. That's coming out, and then there's going to be a bunch of others coming out too, so including a live this afternoon, either on my YZ250, 214 YZ250 Z, or we may take Red for just a cruise, and just go and see if we can find a hill to climb. I do know a hill there that's pretty like steep, like really steep and really rugged, so we'll see if we can get up that on the four-wheeler, possibly. or we'll just take Z for a cruise. So like, subscribe if you want to, much appreciated. Let's get back into it. Are we, yeah, that looks all right there, I think. If this weather keeps up, we may take a rock rod or a surf casting rod and head down to Raglan in New Zealand here and take a couple of burleys, maybe 3 or 4 burleys, and chuck them out, take the drone and see if we can't land something big off the beach there. Well, not off the beach, you'll see where it is, which I will most probably go live for that too. Possibly I may make a video as well, so that may happen in the next day or two as well. What's today? Thursday, so Friday. Yeah, we'll have to look at the weather. Weather's supposed to be okay tomorrow, like sun-wise, so we might do it tomorrow. But I will take a couple of salmon burleys, maybe 3 of them, up to maybe 4 of them, I don't know yet, and we'll see how I'm feeling. And stick some big bait, stick the burley out, and get a good little burley going. I might check the weather anyways, like the surf, and see if we can't get a boat out. We can get a boat out, but just in Raglan, we'll see if we can get one out in Raglan. I'll have a look when I get home, but yeah, we most probably go fishing tomorrow. And which it's most likely to be off the beach. Well, I'm not off the beach. You'll see where we're going, and I'll take 3 or 4 burleys and see if we can't get something big in, and as in a snapper or a kingfish, and. Okay, all right. Hello everybody. Hello. How are we today? I hope you are okay. I hope everything is great and all that. So let's take a quick seat here. Might as well go out to our special little spot out here in the rain. Bit of fresh air. Oh, bloody man. All right, so hi to George Brown. Hello to Mr. Bartle. Hello to Hoihepa South, Louise, Gusto, Seva, think, Robert, Gluggy, Church, Buddha, Gluggy, Yumindunjon, Sai Matov, Pink, Shakuma, Pink Shakuma, I don't know. Oh, that's how I say it, okay. Eddie Hun, DC Ridley, Samer Shaky, Stephen Fleck, through Thyro Murthy, Mid Zuba, Quinn Ashai, Yola, Mid Zuba, there were Peter Tholman, Yola, Subanova, no, Yola, Louise Saddle, Shrijaman Rai, Jose Silverii, and the rest of you, Angel, Dennis, Be Real, Yola, and all the rest of you, Robert Peters, Casual, thank you all for tuning in, and everybody else. That's me for now. Of course, we're wearing the tool shed Class 5 earmuffs here. Much appreciated. Bit of weather around, just not the best. I'm just going to make a little path for my sheep to get back inside, and that's about it, and I'm heading out of here. So everybody have a good one. I may see you out on my motocross bike in about an hour or two. Go home, have a shower, and get something clean on shirt wise, and then head out. And if it's peeing down with rain, I won't, because the camera's just gonna, well, we can anyway. We will have a good day to you, Mr. Bartle, and thanks for tuning in. Hopefully I sort of speak before I think sometimes about what I'm actually up to. I'm actually going to have to be doing some work, well, not work, splitting firewood for a few days straight, like all day long, because there's a whole bunch of friends and family that need wood for winter, and we need to get it sorted out. But I'm not going to do that tomorrow. I'm going to go fishing. Yeah, so tune in for that. We're going to be going fishing. We're going to be taking 2 or 3, maybe 4 burleys. Hopefully getting to draw something big in. Yeah, I will have to check. I will check the weather first, because the weather, well, wind-wise, we may even just go and set a net. I don't know. I'll have to check the weather, but I'm picking we're going to be going fishing tomorrow off land. Maybe we'll go to the Ruapuki Rocks, or where it's there's been about 20 deaths. I shouldn't smile when I'm saying that. Not the deaths, I mean us going there. So what we could do. The only problem is I'd have to leave my motocross bike unattended, but I have thought about it, and before, and we could possibly ride it up into a paddock and hide it somewhere. We'll see. Don't you bloody tell anybody. I don't know if you can go live there because it's in the middle of, like, the weather, well, unless we take Starlink. But anyway, let's hang out again this afternoon if you like. Let's hang out tomorrow. Again, we've got a video coming out, Starlink video, some stuff about Starlink. We've got a drone video coming out about the drones that I'm going to be selling, or that you can get through me. I do not add any money to the price of them at all. I'm not making any money from it. I don't care if you buy one, but you're spending about $500, anywhere between 5 and, depending how many batteries you want. I have 4 for my fishing drone, so I can fish all day, and then the next day, and then the next day, and then the next day. You can charge them off a battery bank. I charge them off an inverter in my car. I'll tell you what else. My friend, our good friend Mustang, just bought one of the channel here. He bought one. He deals directly with the person that I deal with. I just set it up. I don't add anything to it. He spent about $500 and something for a drone that has a 6.5K range, is easily usable for fishing, has a 4K Pro camera on it, has all the general stuff that drones come with, obstacle avoidance, all of it. So he spent about 500 and something. That was with one battery though. He just bought another battery. We get discounts on those too. So for 2 batteries and the drone, he spent about $600. And yeah, so, and then the drone I use, which is the Series 1, he's got the Series 2. The Series 1 is cheaper. Well, I don't know actually. I can't say that. The Series 1 only goes 3.5K range, but you're not going to be towing your line out 3.5K unless, yeah, you've got a massive reel. Anyway, I'm going to be doing a video on those drones, how to use them, why you should get one, and blah blah blah. A Starlink video, the corner camp part 2. We're going riding on my motocross bike pretty shortly. I'm going home to get changed, then I'm going to head out there. We're going to be putting up a short, or even maybe a short video as well on our babies that I haven't seen. I've got a bunch of maggots that I've been farming up, that I farm up for my chickens. Yeah, so I'm going to be giving them a little extra feed. Don't know how mum's been doing over the bird's mum over this sort of rougher weather, so we're going to give her a hand and give the chicks a bit of a hand. Yeah, like, subscribe, please, share and comment. So yeah, have a good one everybody. You, Mr. Bartle, have a great one, and everybody have a great one as well. Hopefully Mr. Bartle and his partner are good. Hopefully you're all good with all your guys and girls family. I'm home alone. My darling Lorne ditched me, went on another holiday without me to see her daughter, which is, you know, hey, I was never going anyway, whether I was invited or not. You know, I most probably would. We're going to talk about that another day. I am bloody single, and so is she. So, but I do class her as my darling. So, yeah, that's our business. It's not yours, so don't worry about it. But she should be back tomorrow, and if she ain't, she's going to be in deep trouble. That's right. Not that I'm going to be home anyway. I actually have joined a gym, so I am going to be starting to do some fitness videos. I was a personal trainer when I was a young bloke in the 19 to 18 to 21 sort of area. I used to be I wouldn't say very, I used to be quite muscly, Hey Louise, good night from Texas. Check us out on the videos, Louise, and thank you very much for your comments and support. Yeah, anyway, have sweet dreams, and you know, don't dream of me getting my fingers cut off or I mean, yeah, I don't know. Have a good sleep. Anyway, yeah, Texas, I'd love to be eating a Texas burger in America right now. Hopefully we're going to be live streaming over there in the very near future. I can't wait to try an American burger with mayonnaise this thick, cheese that thick, a bun that thick, a patty about that thick, about 5 of them, and then a patty, the bun, the patty, cheese, mayonnaise, onion, and I can't wait. But anyway, we're going to be going around the world live streaming. It's all coming, and thank you for all your support. We'll see you soon. Have a good one, everybody. And to my darling Lorne, you better be driving safe, and my bloody ute especially. Anyway, see you later, eh? Have a good one. Oh, that's right. The Subaru has been broken into. It got broken into. When did I get home? I don't know. Where have I been? Have I been away? I can't remember. Can anyone remind me? I don't know if well, whenever I got home, me and Lorna went fishing. I don't know. Anyway, I go to bed early. I generally, a lot of the time when I'm at home, I don't turn the lights on. I just go to bed when it's dark, you know, and even before then. And it was just before dark. I was in bed already. It wasn't even dark. And then I got up, decided actually I'm going to have another piece of snapper, and got up to start cooking a piece of snapper, and could hear knocking on the door. And it was quite like somebody wanted to get my attention, and I was like, I'm not answering that. I don't answer the door generally. But I was like, I better have a look, because it sounds like so. And went out, and my neighbours were all like, your car's been broken into, blah blah blah. Thank you to them if they're watching, much appreciated, and told me a bunch of stuff. Apparently some guys turned up in balaclavas just on dark, just before dark. It wasn't even dark. I had my car parked outside my house on the road, just outside the house. They broke into it. They smashed the ignition open. There was a tablet. My drone was sitting on the passenger seat. There was a whole bunch of stuff just sitting on the passenger seat. Nothing got taken. They were there to steal the car. They broke in, smashed the ignition. It was ready to go, or they turned the key, and of course I have a kill switch in the car. So they couldn't get it going. Along with I had the battery out in the boat, because the other battery I generally take in the boat was here in the forklift for the bilge pump and new dinghy, because me and Lorna had been fishing. So they smashed the ignition. Everything was hanging out. They didn't touch anything. Nothing was missing out of the car, even though there's a tablet and drone sitting right there. My opinion is that they were guys from a wreckers, or it was a place where they were coming to take the car to parts it out. That's exactly what I think. I told my dad about it. He's like, oh, cheeky young buggers. I don't think it was young kids. It wasn't young kids. It was, and I don't think a lot of the thefts these days are young kids. I think it's wreckers that take old cars and smash cars. They buy your crap, broken down cars or smashed cars, and yeah, I think it's them. That's what I think. Organised crime. It's definitely exactly Mr. Bartle. They come in, they smash, they parts your car up, they buy your cars, put them on the back of the trucks, and you see them driving around with 3 or 4 damaged cars getting taken to be parts out. It's a lucrative business. That's where I think the Subaru was headed. Sadly for the Subaru, I haven't fixed it yet, and I'm not going to at this point. I'm just using it as it is, and yeah, so old Subaru lives to tell another day, to tow another boat, hopefully. Anyway, yeah, so that was a bit of a pity. You might try the 72-ounce steak plus fixings. That's 4.5 pounds of Texas beef. I'm not a big steak person. I might try that though, just because, but I'm more of a burger guy. I like burgers. By then I might be, you know, a little bit in the fit buzz, so you know, you never know. Thank you very much, Louise, for that. I do like a good piece of steak, but I don't really care about it being that sounds too big for me. Unless it's got some good gravy and some blinking other stuff to go with it. That's going to be, yeah, that sounds like a mission. Check out your guy Joel Hansen. He eats over in the States there. He's like a competition eater. Joel Hansen. He's a good looking man. He's very muscly man, and he can eat unreal amounts of food. Like, he blasts anybody around. I haven't seen anybody that can eat like him. He has had a sickness come apart where he woke up and half of his face was, I'm not laughing, that wasn't a laugh. I was, half of his face was paralyzed, and he's getting over that. I don't know if it was to, well, there is a reason why it happened. Well, not a reason. He's got something. I can't think of the name. It's not a common name. Yeah. So, but check him out, Joel Hansen. Anyway, freaking we're into it. I miss watching the guy because he's a savage. He is a savage. He can eat so much it's not funny, and he's also very good looking. Not that I'm in that way or Clyde. Well, I don't judge though. Oh, I do judge actually. I'm not nothing like that, but I'm just saying the honest facts. He's a good-looking man. He eats a lot. He's quite cool to watch. When I have dinner, I watch him sometimes and eat while he's eating, and that allows for me to eat like a pig, because he's eating, you know, as much as he can and fast as he can. Anyway, you all have a good one, and thank you very much again for everything. Wow, how's he got that? My friend got shot in the face by a shotgun, and I've heard of that sort of thing going down, and getting through it, but yeah. We'll check the tides. Hopefully we can get an incoming or an outgoing tide, get out there with 2 burleys. Long story, but sued health department. Yeah, man, it's that easy. It's that blinking easy that, you know, you can't say anything bad about anyone, or you can and you can't. I could judge the health system in a bad way. I can judge it in a good way. You know, you could judge me in a good way. You could judge me in a bad way. You know, it's you know, it's just the way life is at these days. But anyways, hey, you all have a good one, and I will talk to you again and possibly see you soon. It's starting to rain again. If it's raining, we'll see. Anyway, have a good one. Much love, and we'll see you then. It's splitting time. Oh yeah, pink caddy. Yola, everybody. Have a good one. It's splitting time. Tomorrow it could be fishing time. It's fishing time. Yola, everyone. Yola, Caddy. Yola, Mr. Bartle. Yola, everybody else.